get Amazon Music? Have you like been listening to Amazon the past 5 days?
Oh shit. Who Cares Podcast, episode 25, bitches. I bet you I got that one right, didn't I? I hope I did. This podcast gives the people a platform to discuss topics and have interesting conversation without the numerous negative effects of social media. You can communicate through the comment section or join the conversation live. Anything is on the table, no judgment, just decent conversation. This podcast is broadcasted and produced by Chester Creek Studios. Who Cares Podcast or Chester Creek Studios will not, under any circumstances, be responsible for your feelings. Must be 18 or older to watch and or participate. Viewer discretion advised. Live from the Chester Creek Studios, located in someone's mom's basement. Welcome to the podcast like no other. Just a bunch of dudes talking about anything from sports, music, and or current events. Thank you for giving us the voice and allowing us to kill you with boredom. I present to you Who Cares Podcast, episode 25. What up?
Here we go, Blair.
Look at this setup. Look at how big. Look how every day, every week we make improvements at the Chester Creek Studio. That shit is completely mobile. That shit has been at 3 different addresses and we don't miss a beat.
We on the road,
Hell
bitches.
yeah.
Yeah, we got this shit traveling. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Right.
Let me,
Got a couple newbies on the show tonight, folks.
yeah, let's find out who we got. Who is that guy? I don't recognize him with a hat on.
Ray Clark, how you doing?
Ray Clark.
Ray Clark.
My name's Ray.
Oh, we got Mac.
Mac, we got Big Daddy Mac in the house.
Damn, dude,
Mac
that's
Daddy.
your nickname now?
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
Daddy Mac. And the man
John
that makes
Mac.
it happen,
We got
the
John.
sound guy,
That's
Mr.
right.
John, is in the building.
That's right. That's right.
I love it. I love that setup, though.
How's your week been?
Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about that place that you're at. So, is that like a 2-car garage? But you have no cars in there, right?
Dude.
No, there's one car.
Hey,
here.
watch
is like
this.
20
I'm
years
gonna-
in the making.
I'll turn the camera. Hold on.
You said 20 years in the making?
Yeah, 20 years in the making.
Damn.
Finally have my own barn.
What the fuck? Oh, I see it. I see it.
67 Rally Sport.
Ooh, yum. And then the rest is just like your spot. Like that's where you watch those motherfucking 4-1 Bills, baby.
Yeah, but
No shit, dude. The Bills are
Dude,
looking good.
I cannot believe Tennessee won that. I thought for sure Buffalo, and you guys are for real. I like that team. I'm actually rooting for y'all now that my team sucks dick.
Yeah, I saw it firsthand last Thanksgiving.
Ooh,
I was there.
yeah.
And yeah, the Bills destroyed us. Leaving the
Oh,
stadium
I thought
on
y'all
Thanksgiving last year,
I
dude.
thought
That
y'all
was
won that game.
coming out. That was like
It was
holy
like turning the
shit.
page, yes.
That was big. And dude, the Buffalo fans were going crazy because they got beat so bad in the 90s by everybody. It was like
There's
a
Bills
freaking
fans in
Super Bowl.
Texas?
Oh, dude, they were everywhere. Well, y'all were doing good before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't they're really coming
Well,
out.
Josh Allen, that coach you got is a great coach. He knows how to develop a
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
And I like Josh Allen was my favorite coming out of that draft, bro. He
Yeah.
is good. I didn't know he'd be that good that fast, but that kid's good. And y'all did get smoked the other night.
Yeah, there's momentum.
Tennessee, they're tough, man, because they can run the ball and play defense. They just keep the clock, you just keep it away.
Yeah.
They're good.
Monday night against Kansas City, though.
Damn, that's this Monday night.
It's in Buffalo, though. Not that home field matters anymore.
This Monday night.
Monday at
No.
5, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're on
It was
up
supposed to
Monday,
be
too.
Thursday,
So
but
there's
it's been
gonna be
moved to
2
Monday.
games this Monday.
Yeah.
Nice.
oh, wait, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be getting our ass kicked by the Cardinals.
Yeah, don't worry, we did too. We did too. And somebody talked about you today, Chris, and he asked me how you're doing.
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a couple in here.
how you're doing. Well, everybody in the room knows him, but he said, we'll play that game. I won't say his name, but you guys will end up knowing who it is.
Right.
And he wanted me to check on you because of the Cowboys, like with Dak and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, how's Chris doing, man? I said, honestly, I'm a little disappointed in him because a couple weeks ago I asked him about a Cowboy game, and he said he didn't even watch the game. I said, that's not like him. They go every year. They watch every game.
That was a weird thing because we had been in West Virginia with Pinky rock crawling that weekend.
Yeah.
I accidentally fell asleep, and that happens like 3 times a lifetime for me. So.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know.
When Beth
You didn't
saw
catch any of it?
Beth, well, no, I fell asleep at halftime. And it was a few weeks ago, and we lost.
Yeah, not this past game.
Yeah.
No. Did you see the ankle break live?
Yeah, and it was literally the sad thing is my wife loves Dax.
I know. She's the first person I thought about.
And she's got his hats. She loves his whole thing with his mom, how he dedicates everything to his mom who passed from cancer and all that stuff. So she was literally out on the back deck smoking a cigarette, bawling, and I felt worse for her because we were just standing there freaking and he's pointing down at his ankle and his freaking foot's turning the other way.
Yeah.
Well, I saw I saw it live, and when you grab the calf like that, that's usually Achilles. And then I saw his shoe crooked, but I thought his heel had come out of his shoe. And then I saw the tape around his ankle, taping his ankle to the shoe. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, you know what compound fracture means.
Yeah.
It means
Through
the skin.
Yeah.
They said it came through the skin and the sock.
Well, yeah, because that bitch was wrapped. And then they covered him up. I mean,
Yeah. Well, they went commercial real quick.
Even Gabrielle noticed. She was like, isn't this so weird that Jason Garrett's on the field with him? Romo is calling the game. It's against the Giants.
Yeah, Romo said it was a cramp. Romo was like, well, hopefully it's a cramp. And I was like, he grabbed it too quick for a cramp. And I was like, I did see the crooked shoe, but I still didn't put it all together. And I was like, oh no, this motherfucker just snapped his ankle on national television.
And then all of a sudden,
they went to commercial.
He should have signed the contract. Like,
yeah.
Well,
you never know.
That's what everyone's worried about now. That'd be as a Cowboy fan, that's not what I'm worried about right now.
Cowboy fan. We're talking about what he feels. you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he don't have a contract.
Yeah.
No, he's got
he's still getting $31 million. Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
I'm saying he don't have a contract anymore.
Well, shit,
After that, they're gonna come back and slap the $37 million tag on him. That'd be dirty, man. But from a business perspective, how you gonna pay him that money if he has a just broken ankle and it came through his fucking skin, bro? You know?
I don't watch much Bengals, but I mean, is he gonna be able to? Yeah, Dalton,
the Red Rocket.
No, he's fine. I mean, he's not. Hey, look at me. Don't get it twisted. He ain't Dak, but he's probably the best back we can have.
That's what's pissing Beth off. She's like, now everyone's saying that Dak's good,
Yeah.
And
no, I always. He's putting 500 yards up, 450, 450, 500. What do you mean? Who's telling you he ain't good? This motherfucker caught a touchdown before he got hurt.
Well, you know how it is. You go on social media, and all that hurts your feelings are the negative shit. You don't pay attention to the cool shit.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I like Dak.
He's been picking up for him, and I have a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans that are kind of wondering. But I don't know.
I like the rumor. I like the rumor I heard today.
What?
That, obviously they got it. If they sign him, the Cowboys just miraculously come by and be like, okay, now we'll give it to you, which doesn't make no sense. He's probably not going to be a Cowboy. And I heard his top destination is San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan. What?
Oh,
come on.
You're making this
what?
shit.
I'm done. That's exactly what I heard. It was on.
Hey, so what's going on, Kessler?
What's up?
What's up?
I figured we talk football for a little while because he's playing video games. Every time he's on a podcast, all he does is play video games anyway. So we're good. Because he would have said boring like 7 times already if he wasn't playing video games.
You got any pictures of what the rock crawlers turned into lately?
That's still top
Yeah,
secret.
yeah, it's kind of secret right
Not
now.
really.
Need to
He
know
doesn't
basis.
want anyone to steal his ideas or anything. Dude,
Yeah.
man, but I've been laid up. I know that I let y'all down last week, but I swear to God,
that's what I want to talk about. That's what I
Huh?
want to talk about. So, did you guys like sign a contract, and you only do X amount of shows per month?
yeah.
Because
We're
it
like
seems
y'all
like
we get
like
100 million for 4 days a week.
we get two fire shows back to back, and then y'all take a week off, and then you come back and do two more.
So, dude, I'm
Like,
telling you,
You must
Friday,
got a better contract than me.
last Friday, I got off early. And I freaking had everything set up because, boy, that's why we're here with Ray right now, man. Fucking our guitar legend died, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
But-
we'll get to that.
so
I definitely want to get to that.
we had plenty to talk
Rough.
about, and when I woke up like 4 o'clock, and I was feeling like dog shit, dude, and I'm still feeling like dog shit right now. That was a fucking week ago.
Damn, you got COVID?
Diverticulitis shit, man.
Oh.
Same shit, me and John are always getting. Remember we talked about you gotta
Yeah.
colonoscopies, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
hey, Chris Harrison.
I just had mine.
Oh, good for you.
dude, that was when that was the podcast that John wasn't on that
I
one
was on
time.
vacation.
Yeah. He was on booty vacation.
Oh.
But yeah, dude. So I really, I yesterday was the first day back to work, and I had to talk to a doctor over the computer, and basically I diagnosed it myself because I knew that I had something going on. When I
Tell
went
me.
Saturday,
Oh.
and I didn't have any chest thing going on, I knew it wasn't COVID.
Tell me. Tell me that they didn't make you bend over in front of your camera. That would be so dope.
This one or this one?
Did I say 2? I'm trying to make it 3.
really. But dude, I got a chance to watch so much TV you wouldn't even know, man. I swear that I watched so much shit in
Drinking
the last
ginger ale and
week.
watching The Price is Right.
Yeah, really. Just so everyone knows, the new NBC app on your phone, they got Buck Rogers and Battlestar Galactica, man. I'm telling you, the shit is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get back to work, bro.
Bitches. I know, right? Thomas don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Nope.
Did
Next
you
call.
watch the NASA thing with your dad?
Yes.
Dude, Thomas might not be old. The other day we were driving down the road and Pinky, I was like, dude, they have like a new NASA thing about the space shuttle that exploded. And Pinky was like, what?
Oh, I was remember. I was
On
So-
Netflix.
y'all were so young
Eighties.
that
I was in. Check it out. I was in 5th grade, Miss Lucier's class, and
Yeah.
they brought the TV card in, and we watched that.
Grade. How old are you?
dude, it literally
42.
shows that in the documentary.
The
Them
Discovery, right? It was a
Didn't-
teacher. There's like a brunette teacher. I forgot her name. She blew up and died. All them bitches died.
yeah.
You're a year older than me, but it happened in 84. You were in 5th
84?
grade in
Yeah.
84?
Yeah, 78 to 84 is 6. Well, whatever. Maybe I was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it also happened again. Like,
Oh,
yeah, the teacher one was 84, and then it happened.
maybe I'm confusing the two. Yeah, they brought the TVs into that shit. You know what they didn't bring the TVs in high school for though?
Anyways, who cares, Thomas? The whole
OJ.
Oh yeah. Hey, Pinky's got his ears up, so let's hear it.
So I watched
Tell
it with
him
my
about
dad
his
because
dad.
well,
Hold on, you watched what?
the show on Netflix called Challenger or something. the space
Challenger's Last
program.
Mission.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I
a
was talking about Discovery.
5 or 6 episode series, about an hour long each, talking about that specific mission that exploded. So, anyways, my dad's license plate on his car says AH-12, which is Astronaut Houston 12, meaning that if they picked 12 astronauts, he would have gone up on that mission.
Are you
I'm
serious?
fucking dead ass.
So see, dude,
Wait.
I was telling him all about it, and we were driving to Fredericksburg, so he was like, "We got to watch this shit while we're going up to Fredericksburg. You've been there and done that." And so I was kind of looking at him like, "What do you mean you ain't never heard of this shit?" And then we put 2 and 2 together. He's always talking about his dad and in NASA and everything. So we are like, "You gotta." So we stopped.
Whoa.
it
Time
so
out.
he could
Time out,
watch
time
it with
out,
his
time
dad.
Time out.
I'll let him go.
I've known Chris Kessler at least 15 years, and you probably 20, Chris Harrison. And I never in my life heard any of you talk about his dad in NASA,
Me either.
and he was going to be an astronaut. Your dad's an astronaut?
Well, he's like in his 70s.
He's a pilot.
Now. This
Yeah,
was the 80s.
Yeah.
He was.
Well, yeah.
He was. Peak.
Okay, he was an astronaut.
He went through all the training. He had to go, do tests and tests.
Damn.
So he made it. He beat out everybody in the country. He was number 12. That's the whole point of it. He was number 12 out of all these people. So if they picked 12 people, he would have gone on that flight. But they only picked 6. Well, 7, including that teacher.
What?
Civilian. So, anyways,
why'd you write a book? You should write a book.
He said that they asked him, would you be okay with flying with a woman, when having a woman with you in there? He's like, oh no, that wouldn't be no problem. And they're like, okay. Well, it turns out that woman is the one that bumped his spot. So he was like, because they were trying to be diverse or whatever.
Dude.
They're trying to have, different, female, male, Asian was on there, a black guy was on there. Instead of just all white people, they're trying to get away from that. So they bumped him. So another weird part was he said every time he drove past the Houston Aeronautics Center or whatever the fuck it is, he said every time he was driving, he would just hear some weird like screaming noises, like what the fuck? He would like look around, roll his windows down, like what the hell? He said 3 different times he's driving by this particular building and heard this weird shit going on. He's like, what? But no, he didn't, he was by himself and no one really could confirm it. He's like, something's weird going on in that building or something. I don't know how I can hear it through the walls, but whatever. It turns out that he thinks that was like a premonition of hearing all the astronauts falling out of the sky and screaming, trying to get out of the fucking cockpit.
Oh my god!
And he, if there was anyone that would hear it, it would be him because he could have fucking been
on there. So it's just one of those things where it is what it is. But it was just part of his story.
Holy shit, dude! I never met anybody that ever had anybody close.
Astronauts were able to get out of that cockpit, they might have survived.
Yeah.
But just going, because terminal velocity is like 200 some miles an hour. That's how fast the human
that's
body would
normally
fall.
what it is.
But that whole cargo went out like 450 miles an hour, so they had no chance of survival. But if they had gone out, they could have slowed themselves down and like pencil dropped into the ocean. But just hitting that ocean water at 450 miles an hour, they were just smashed basically.
Yeah,
wow.
Jimmy and Sam watched it, and Jimmy said, you know how Jimmy is, he's freaking crazy. He was bawling, crying because they show the kids from her class at the freaking space station watching it happen. And everyone's just like walking away like, what the fuck did we just watch? And that's how it was in the school classrooms too.
Yeah.
Like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it
but
live.
honestly, I haven't talked to Pinky in like a couple weeks, so I didn't even know that he watched it with his dad, nor did I know that was the mission, that he was number 12 on.
That is crazy, dude.
We made it like the 4.5 episodes or something. And then my data ran out. Oh my goddamn.
Country life.
Damn, so I was talking about the Discovery then. One of them blew up and we watched that bit.
Yeah, this is a challenge. Yeah. There was another one that was kind of like, it was probably.
And it was all because of failed O-ring. So I'm like,
yeah.
how big is this O-ring, Dad? And he's like,
exactly.
They showed it in the documentary. It's a 1/4-inch O-ring. There are 2 O-rings side by side going around the big body of the fuel tank. And what happens is when it's coming out and it's burning, it leaks past the O-rings.
And gets to the plane, basically.
Yeah. So, and when they showed the Discovery going up, they saw they called it.
It wasn't
plume.
Discovery, Challenger.
Yeah. They called it a plume. They weren't allowed to call it a flame or a fire.
Okay.
And they called it a plume. And they were, they were just dodging
Politically
stuff.
correct.
Because the whole thing was they almost weren't going to launch, but it was so much pressure from the media, and they had this deadline to go, and they had to sign off on this, questionable O-ring situation, and they said, "Fuck it."
Well,
so it wasn't like a bad one that's been there for years. It was just the design of it. There's 2 O-rings, and sometimes it leaks past.
It was unusually cold that day.
Yeah, that
too.
was the biggest thing, was the temperature. They just figured out, later on, that the colder the temperature is, the more easily the O-rings will shrink up, and it'll have leaking past them.
Damn.
So
that's fucking crazy,
Damn.
dude.
So there's that.
So
Holy.
you didn't watch it because they said that there's definitely a bad guy. Like there's a NASA guy in it towards the end, maybe the last episode. I haven't watched it yet.
There's a
that
guy
they
who's
said that is really like doesn't even have like one of the NASA guys like lives with it every day to this day.
yeah, he like cries on camera
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. And then there's another guy that's so passive that he doesn't even give a fuck.
Yeah, there's this old dude. He's like, he's got hair going out of his face in weird places because he's so old. He's like an old man, and he's just telling it like as naturally like what happened. He has no feelings about it or whatever.
Then that's what that's what they were talking about then.
Hey, Ray Clark.
Yeah, man.
Did I piss you off or something?
No.
I just tried to share this podcast and tag you in it, and you're not my
Really?
friend anymore.
What?
You're not my friend anymore. Did you fucking block
Was
me?
he ever your friend? I don't know that he's
I've
even.
been on his face. Yeah, I saw him smoke that shit. His son cuts grass, and now he ain't my friend no more.
No, dude. That wasn't me.
That ain't right.
Must have been a football game we got in a fight or something.
Or some liberal shit
Nah.
you posted.
I don't post no liberal shit, first of all.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh, yeah, I fucking
I don't
kicked your ass.
post-
We're just
Uh,
kidding. We ain't talking no
Yeah,
politics.
yeah.
No politics.
No.
I don't even post
Fucker kid.
politics.
Next caller, please.
But I tried to tag you.
Max says he can't find it online. It's not Aaron or some shit.
I'm looking at it right now on my phone.
He's
Says
on the
we're live.
Who Cares podcast.
No, don't go
No.
to Who Cares podcast. You got to go to Thomas Godory.
Yeah.
Just go to Thomas's thing. Yeah, we
Yeah, I
don't.
told him
I'm
to go to
sorry,
Who
we don't
Cares.
do. He doesn't. That
I
was
don't do it.
way. Now he just does it straight from his Facebook page. Thomas Godory.
Which is great. Oh, he just sent me a friend request, so I'll tag Mac too.
Well, anything? What else you got? Hey, the Adam Sandler movie about Halloween.
Oh, I saw
Yeah,
that.
that was
It's
good.
really good,
That's pretty
dude.
funny.
Like it's totally stupid, and he uses one of those dumb fucking voices that he always does in his worst movies. But everyone's in it. It's like freaking Grown Ups, but a Halloween version. It's fucking hilarious as shit.
I saw the preview for it, and then I think Frankie was watching it, but I was kind of falling asleep. So first episode, I think.
Kind of something you can watch with the kids because like he lives with his mom because he's like, and he just lives for Halloween. And it, like I said, it has everyone in there. Shaq is in it, and Kevin James, and all the usual suspects that are in all of his movies. But his mom is funny because she gets her T-shirts for 50 cents at the
Thrift
thrift
store.
shop, and like one of the T-shirts says "Kayaking makes me wet."
Yeah, you can watch it with your kids.
Well, it's little jokes like that they
Yeah.
don't understand because it's like a
No.
T-shirt print, you know.
And he's like
That's
a
the-
monitor out there
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that during the Halloween, he's out there going, "Hey, you can't do that, kid."
Yeah, yeah. You can't take more than
Yeah.
one out of. He'll come
One piece
around
of
the
candy.
bushes. It's really cheesy. And the whole time I was like, oh my god, I think this is going to be one of the dumb ones. And then I found myself wanting to watch it again, just because it's the Halloween season and everything. And speaking of that, dude, Babysitter.
I told
Oh,
you it was crazy. They had a bunch of funny quotes
Well,
and movie references.
Me and Gabrielle watched it last
Gabrielle
year,
and
and
I.
I was showing y'all the trailer last year, and y'all didn't want nothing. You thought it was stupid. Remember how it turns crazy so quick,
Yeah.
dude? Well, bring up Babysitter trailer and
Oh,
play the
shit, here we
Babysitter
go.
trailer.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you earlier that I think we should get more in touch with each other and stop playing videos.
Video
What is he
games.
talking about?
It's just it's just a nightmare, but I'll do it. I got you. I got
Playing the
you.
trailer, you mean?
Yeah, and bringing it up and not having it fucking echo and fucking all that bullshit. But I got you.
I thought you were going to switch platforms or something.
I am. I didn't have time to do it this week because I wanted to play with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Play with it a little bit.
Bringing up Babysitter trailer,
I'm looking for it. Just keep talking.
dude. It's freaking awesome.
There's
So-
also part 2.
Yeah. I watched part
Me
2,
too.
and it's so part 1.
Oh, there's already been
Like
one.
it was either last year or
2017.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
the first one. And they've just picked the hottest young chick they could put in it, and she's like a teenager, and like the main character is this little kid, and she's like drop dead gorgeous and treats him like gold. It's like every guy's dream,
Wet dream.
Wet
to
dream.
have a freaking babysitter that looks like this, and they party together and everything. And then when he goes to bed, he sneaks out of his bed and looks down in the living room, and
Just to see if her boyfriend spend the night. 'Cause
Yeah.
he always.
and we can't. You've never seen
So we don't. So
a
we
more
don't need to listen.
joyous moment in a video turn so fucked up that it's like undescribable, and we'll stop there.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
But at least watch the
Spoiler alert.
trailer. The trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, and then part 2 is once you watch 1, part 2 is definitely worth it.
Yeah, it ties it all together.
Yeah, since we're on the Halloween thing.
Oh, I didn't realize it was. Oh, got you. Here we go. Let's see.
Here we go. Here we go.
Take you down. Take you down. Yeah, you can't unsee the chick.
Movie. It's just you're just like, oh my god, because she like he thinks that she's falling in love with him almost, and it's like, what? We're gonna watch a scary movie tonight, and we're gonna dance and party and everything, and dude, the movie gets fucking crazy. It's
It
definitely
says the babysitter, Killer Queen.
That's part
Killer
2.
Queen is part 2. Just Babysitter is the
The
first.
babysitter trailer, 2017 trailer.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Do you hear the sound of the trailer when you're
'Cause we
on your
don't.
side?
Oh, you don't?
Yeah,
No.
we didn't hear the sound. No, we don't have to as long as it's coming across on video. I don't know if it is though.
Hold on. Let's do this. Hide this.
He made a reminder on his phone for the next Friday.
so the next one I
13th,
bought
so he
them, but
could
since
buy
I live in
them.
Amelia, couldn't download them all, so had to bring it. I bought them on that time.
Okay.
So, anyways,
Yeah,
long
Gabrielle
story
and I
short.
watched every Friday the
Yeah.
13th.
But you
back
got 'em
to
now.
back
Yeah.
to back.
Okay.
and I've been
Yeah.
watching them this month again.
It's
Yeah.
like 7 of them.
No, well, there's 8 originals, then plus the Freddy, the newer ones,
Yeah,
the
the
Freddy
spin-off.
Yeah,
versus.
the remakes and
No.
stuff even.
Or the 8 originals, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually a pretty cool game on Xbox too. Kind of a different thing. You can be Jason or you can be the camp counselors and you run around. Do you hear us, Thomas?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
heard the entire commentating on when we were watching.
did you? Because we
couldn't
didn't.
hear
We
any
couldn't hear
sound.
any. We were just like talking to each other.
What's great is what's great about that is every time we watch one, we get Chris's commentary through the whole thing, which is
No, are you serious?
look. The fucking guy comes on the screen. He has nerdy ass glasses on, and Chris goes, "That's the nerdy guy."
Hey, that's
Hey,
very-
there's the
that's-
pretty girl. What is
Hey,
she?
there's the pretty girl.
Oh.
See what I mean?
You know what I mean? Oh my god! I'm glad my wife doesn't watch this.
She's on it right now.
Yeah, right. She ain't never been on it.
Who?
I mean, I'm going to invite her now.
Oh, the only other crazy stuff I watched, dude. There's of course, it has to do with Halloween, but it also ties in the shit that we were talking about a few podcasts ago, where the crazy ghost stories that kind of have like a lore to them. Like, remember we were saying the saying from Saved by the Bell came from people were in the 1700s were afraid of being buried alive. Like, they weren't really dead and they were going to wake up in their caskets. So they started making these caskets where you had a little bell that you could pull a rope on in case you came out of your coma in your casket. Well, there's a freaking show on Amazon that's called Lore, Lore.
I saw the trailer for that.
And I'm telling you, there's 2 seasons. It's made by the guy who made the producer of the X-Files and the makers of Walking Dead. But every episode starts out with it saying, this is everything you're about to see is all real events that happen to real people. And so the first fucking episode, dude, it has to do with all of these, types of things like the Saved by the Bell thing. And do you know why people send flowers to when a funeral? Because remember how we talked about when you have a wake? The reason it's called a wake is because they want you to sit there for a few days to make sure you don't wake up.
Wake up.
And so they would send flowers. Everyone sends flowers nowadays to a funeral because back then they were covering up the smell during the week of the wake. That's why flowers are at fucking funerals. Isn't that fucking crazy?
It is crazy because they do cover the whole area.
Yeah. And in the document, it's kind of like a weird thing because it's a documentary, but then it goes into like a reenactment of real characters who lived, and each episode tells like 2 or 3 stories supporting what the subject matter is of that one episode. And so there's different things, ways of proving that people were dead. They would stick pins under your fingernails. They had a nipple pincher where they would pinch your nipple to
wake you
make
up?
sure that you weren't dead.
No.
Yeah, they look like torture devices and shit.
Yeah, I mean, taphophobia is the fear of being buried alive. And that was huge back in the day because literally, other than checking your pulse in the 1700s, people got the fucking. That's why people tell you bless you when you cough or sneeze, because back in the day, they were blessing you because you might have the fucking,
plague.
the plague or some shit. So
Yeah.
so every episode tells you a little bit of this, and then there's 6 episodes on the first season. There's 6 on the second. Well, the next episode on the first season talks about Dr. Walter Jackson Freeman. It is the mode. John and I were talking about this because it's very much like what was the one you talked about, John, that you watched? Ratchet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this doctor, when men would bring their wives to the hospital and be like, man, she's acting crazy, I don't know what's going on, or our kids, my kid is handicapped mentally and we can't handle him anymore, they would go to these freaking insane asylums. Lunatic isn't the right word. I don't think insane is either, but he would go to these hospitals and fucking he would stick this needle up in their eye and wiggle it around, and they show the woman like fucking her legs shaking and her arms shaking and everything. They would give them lobotomies. and it's the craziest. It's so disturbing. The second.
Whoa, is this lore or is this
This
ratchet?
is still lore. It's the second episode of lore. So it's so disturbing seeing this doctor doing this. Well, the doctor is a real doctor, and he did all of the lobotomies at freaking Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia, where we've all been trying to go and take a ghost tour of. I literally looked it up, and that
No, we
doctor
haven't.
has been to that hospital in like the 1800s doing fucking 200 lobotomies a week. Just
Damn.
destroying
Assembly
people's
line.
freaking, it was, and then at the end, and then prescription drugs came out and everyone's on freaking Adderall.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the story.
Yeah, because you could die from literally having a cold back then.
Yeah,
No
really.
fucking medicine.
But also, at one point of the episode, they show this piece of paper of all the reasons why people would bring their loved ones there because they couldn't handle them anymore. And some of it was that and alone was disturbing. She's on her period all the time. You got to do something, doc.
Yeah, imagine being like the maintenance dude at that fucking guy's that facility. Fuck you. I can't do a haunted house. Like, we're not planning shit because I can't go do that. Look, let me tell you something. We went through the.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
like-
wants to.
I like scaring people, but I don't like being scared.
well,
I couldn't even take the King's Dominion one, bro. I was scared out of my fucking ass, bro.
yeah, but that's when people are doing it on purpose. You ain't really gonna run it.
Yeah.
The thing in Allegheny, they give you like a history tour. It's one of the oldest buildings in America, made of limestone or something, and it's been around since the Civil War. So you can take a day tour of the place, like right now, all day long, and it's more like a history tour. And then they do ghost tours at night. So literally, if we did go up there, we could do it during the day if we didn't really want to get into some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Every ghost hunting show has been there. And of course, I've watched all the ones that were specifically at Trans-Allegheny just because that's kind of our thing. It's so close. It's one of the closest ones.
Damn. So Mac just reminded me of something. I talked to Howie today. I actually went down to Williamsburg last week and me and Justin had lunch with him. But I was talking to him today, and he won't come on the podcast, but he watches every single one of them. So he be bringing up shit that we all did, and I'll be like, "Damn, I forgot about that shit." He's a true fan. He's a true fan, but he won't come on. But
need, man. Everyone here has worked in maintenance.
I know it's just crazy. And he was like, "You need to ask Chris a question." And I remember this happening. It was either on the roof at Northside or it was at the roof at the West End. And all I can tell you is I don't know what you actually did, but he asked me to remind you and see if you remember the story. And all I should have to tell you is me, you, and him were on the roof and disconnect fuse. That's what I was supposed to say to you.
Oh my God. Yeah, Thomas. Everyone in our department has heard that story a million times.
We couldn't remember if you were putting one in while it was hot, taking
No,
it
I was
out
taking
while it
one out, which takes a whole different grip to grab that fuse of 277 and yank it out of there. And then you're crouched down because the disconnect's a little low. And so when your legs straighten out from being electrocuted, it shoots you backwards about 20 feet. Well, dude, that's nothing compared to Thomas. We're up in Fredericksburg, and Thomas is walking across the back of the treadmills. And then there's one pole, so there's no treadmill there. And he freaking falls, does a roll, and bounces up like
Did
looking
anybody see
around
that?
like anybody see
Nothing
that.
happened. Nothing happened here.
I think you did get shot off of a ladder too, a
Oh
6
my
foot ladder.
God. I was just gonna, that's what we also talked about. So I had just started there. You got to remember, I wasn't like I wasn't Pinky, that's for sure. Like I knew the difference between a flathead and a Phillips. I ain't gonna lie, but that's probably where it ended. And I was making raps in the cafe, bro. So
Liked you because you were a Navy boy.
yeah, but I'm just saying I knew a little bit.
I thought you liked it because you liked it in your butt.
But is that Mac?
Yeah, that's Mac.
he not have a? Why is he not on camera?
He ain't got a mic and he don't have headphones and he's kind of
You don't want to be.
he's trying to figure out what this is all about.
He's watching it online right
He'll be
beside
on
us.
there next time. He's
He
trying
knows
to
right here.
like share it on Facebook. That's why we got 2 viewers.
Well, I just shared
Replay. It's all about the
the replay. Yeah, I just shared it to you and Chris, but it would not. If I could not find Mac, I already got his friend request, and I couldn't get Ray. But you guys can share it to them. And I told you that's why we're leaving the software. There's no fucking way we're at 0 right now. Like,
Who's
I
left?
like it. They're all missing
Chat.
out because
Post
we're
chat.
the ones having all the fun.
Hold on, let me text my grandma. Yeah.
yeah, comments don't come up. It's so whack.
Mom, I told you to watch. God, it's Friday. What the hell else are
Yeah.
you doing?
Bring me my hot pockets.
So I had watched Howie do about 2 or 3 ballasts before I did one by myself, and he was a pretty good trainer. Honestly, I should have known what I was doing by then. And I was upstairs on a cardio deck in Mechanicsville on a ladder, right in the back. I don't know what it looks like now, but the back row used to be all pre-core ellipticals. And I was up there and I couldn't remember. I thought I disconnected everything I had to disconnect. And I know at one point he used to take the dikes and cut wires, obviously after he took them out of the hot wire nuts.
Because you got all that extra wire.
Yeah, so I was like, I think this is the one he always cuts. I'm on top of the ladder. The dude behind me, see, I don't know. Mac might know. I don't know how many of you worked at Mechanicsville for a long time, but they had this dude called the Sweater.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
know the
Yes.
sweater. It's
Dude.
not because he wears sweaters. Because his skin looks like a sweater.
Stop
And he sweats all over everything.
Yeah, he lost like 500 pounds, whatever. So he was on the elliptical next to this guy.
Oh my
The
God.
guy that was next to him was that guy, like going as fast as he could, sprinting on a pre-core on high incline. Badass dude.
On level 0.
Yeah. And I cut the wire. That bitch said, "Skapla!" off the ladder on top of him. His arm. He said,
Oh,
he said,
God.
You landed on the sweater.
no, next to him. But my hand hit the ground in a big pile of the sweater sweat.
Oh my God.
It was awful, dude.
That
And he
is
goes,
worst.
"Are you okay?" I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Dude, it's still hot." I'm on the phone with Howie, and I'm like, "Yo, I need you to come in." Like he was on vacation at home.
Stutter.
I went and got him. He came back so he could finish it. Clear off the ladder.
Nasty.
And you know how you guys used to put the cardboard boxes over the
Wait a minute. You called a
Condensed-
motherfucker on vacation to come back in and work for you.
Yeah, he was only 2 exits away on 290.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Well, you know what?
For Howie,
Band.
because I wouldn't have come in.
He was
All
playing
right,
rock band in his apartment, drinking.
If we ever get Howie on here, you ask Howie how many times I had his motherfucking back for sure.
That's
All
right.
right. And he wasn't away. He was at home sleeping because that's what he did. He took vacation to go to sleep.
Actually, when we went on vacation with him, he was on the couch sleeping.
Wow.
But we love you, Howard, our one and only fan. We miss you, Howard.
What the hell happened to Thomas?
Pissed him off.
Yeah, he's mad.
I had to let my dog out. He was barking. What, you got popcorn or something?
Pinky's eating something. He's always, doing something that's annoying as fuck.
Ooh, smart food.
Smart corn. Smart food. Smart.
So,
So before we get into it, what did Eddie Van Halen mean to you,
yeah,
Thomas?
I was just gonna give a disclaimer because I want to get into that, but what I don't want is the whole time you guys over there chuckling because I'm not up to par with that shit. I don't even know. I don't even know if it was the good lead singer or the bad lead singer. I just know there was a good one and a bad one, and most people hate the other one. So is it the good one or the bad one?
It didn't matter, right?
There was goods and bads
Eddie-
for both.
Eddie was all he cared about. That's
Yeah.
the fucked up thing. Eddie was the trailblazer that wrote all the music. And at the time, wouldn't
So
you
Eddie's
agree, Ray, that we were more about David Lee Roth and didn't really like Sammy at the time because you just didn't think that David Lee Roth was this crazy partying guy.
Yeah.
Like, all the hair bands of the 80s were trying to look like David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
And they'll all
Yeah.
admit it, too.
We were more pissed when Dave left, and we were like, "How you gonna replace Dave?" And you bring Sammy, and you're like, "That's not gonna work."
Yeah, because it was like, I
Yeah.
can't drive 55 guy.
Yeah.
And it actually, Ray and I were just talking before we started tonight. I'm kind of going back and appreciating the Sammy music because it was so much better produced.
Cleaner. Yeah.
And Sammy's a way better singer, whether you like him or not. But
yeah.
it was always, honestly, we really were Eddie fans. Like when Ray and I lived together, he had a pit bull, and what was his name?
Eddie. And his
So there you go.
and his other dog, my other dog was Alex.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Alex is Eddie's brother, who's the drummer of
Yeah.
Van Halen. So, over the years, I mean, we never thought we were ever going to see Dave play with Van Halen. Then back in like 2006 or something, he got back. Yeah, we got back. They went back on tour, and with and so that, yeah, there you go. Everybody wants some. You might be able to get away with it for. Is that us? Yeah. See how long we can get away with it. Maybe 15, 20
I won't do it
seconds.
long.
Everybody wants some. I want some too.
Chris, would you say he's your favorite?
By far,
Yeah.
as far as a guitarist,
Yeah.
I've said it before.
Crazy talented.
Yeah, he's just crazy talented to the point where I've always said this. I grew up in the 80s loving Eddie Van Halen so much that I was afraid to look at a guitar, much less pick it up. And it wasn't until the 90s and grunge
You tried it?
to where I picked up a
Oh,
guitar
wow.
and I was like,
Oh,
I
right.
can do this.
Yeah.
At least it's not what Eddie Van Halen does. And if you can find any of his video on YouTube of him playing live, he would play a 30-minute solo, like it, not really a song, but more like what you're hearing right now.
Yeah, just a jam session.
Yeah, this is what you would hear. He would put a cigarette in the end of his guitar, and he would play this, but then he would play for 30 minutes just doing crazy shit. If you've ever heard guitar like this, they did it because this guy showed them how to do it.
Yeah.
He was the beginning. And see, so even Mike has talked about it. He looks back, he's like, Metallica's that band that put out that song Nothing Else Matters. They suck. And then I was like, no, Mike, that's when they were good before
Yeah.
they went cheesy.
Go back to the song One.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you'll be
so-
like, whoa.
So
totally
Van
different.
Halen gets put in that category kind of hair bands.
Yeah.
But no, they started it all, and then all the hair bands ruined it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, Diver Down was probably one of my
Yeah.
favorite albums.
Yeah. Diver Down, Women and Children First.
I got it. Y'all keep
Dude,
talking
I'm getting away with playing a little bit of. That's what I was telling you. Eddie Trunk was playing about 15 seconds, and then he would cut it off, and he wasn't getting in any trouble on. And he was literally with guitarists calling in, crying about Eddie dying. So you getting ready to bring up a video or something? Something. He always does this, and then we don't know if we're on.
I'm paying for this music, so I don't know why we can't use it.
Yeah, I paid for all mine too.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's iTunes, bitches. I
And
pay
I'm-
$15 a month. I should be able to listen to any music that's ever been made.
Yeah, and rebroadcast it.
Hey, but check it out, Thomas. I found this in my attic. Ray, if you will help me open that up. This is the booklet of the 1988
Oh,
tour
too.
for OU 812. I found it in my attic. We bought this at the show, and I was 14 years old.
No way.
Ray had already graduated high school and left and was in the Marines by 88, right?
God damn, I was 10, bro.
So see that crazy red guitar right there? That's his Frankenstein. That's what
Frankenstein.
that guitar is called, the Frankenstein. And he kind of built it. He called it a Frankenstein because he built it with all different guitar parts. And you might recognize that type of design when your son borrowed my guitar, the blue one, with all the stripes all over it. That was what I was trying to attempt to do. Was
Dang.
that whole Frankenstein type, but I'm more of a blue guy than a red guy.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'm always blue. I got the blues, buddy.
So when you heard, what was your reaction when you heard the news?
I wish Stuart was here. Stuart,
Well, you texted me.
Yeah, you were the first person I texted, and the second was Christian. But Stuart was in the truck with me, and we were driving back from Fredericksburg last Tuesday, or the Tuesday before last. And freaking Stuart, like Eddie Trunk is like interviewing some guitarist, and we just happened to be listening. Like normally I'm listening to like Joe Rogan or Jimmy and Sam or something talk radio, and we happened to be listening to Eddie Trunk, and he was interviewing a guitarist, and all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, I just got an email, we have breaking news. I don't know if this is true yet. I don't even know if I should say this yet.
Yeah.
And when he said it, dude, freaking Stuart, we're just driving, and I got sunglasses on, and freaking I'm just driving, and my bottom lip is starting to stick out, and freaking Stuart is dead silent because he knows that I'm like, oh my God, dude. And I'm just sitting there fucking crying, driving down 95, and Stuart's probably looking at me like, what kind of jackass crap? Oh, his favorite guitarist died or something.
Did you cry with Dak, or that was just Beth?
Nah, that was more Beth. I mean, injuries, you kind of think that injury, I don't know. That was a little different. I mean, I'm a crier when it's something when you were a kid. You loved something when you were a kid. I guess I loved it when I was a kid too, but
I didn't
But
cry
not Dak.
in a really pissed off mood for like 3 hours after.
yeah. And of course, we've been listening to a lot of the Van Halen stuff lately. Hey, play Little Guitars, the intro to Little Guitars. But I do have I have a funny story about this concert in 1988. I actually brought up the playlist. I typed it in and said Richmond, Virginia, Richmond Coliseum, Van Halen for OU 812 tour, and it has the whole fucking playlist. Guess what number he played his guitar solo on? 17. It's always 7.
Oh.
Even my best friend growing up, his birthday's in July.
27.
My wife, 7/7/64. It's always, everything's always 7s, and I've always said that. And Beth and Gabrielle make fun of me, and now they're like, dude, this is weird, and I'm not even kidding. Like, we'll pay a tip on a bill, and it'll be $77.17 or some shit. Like, all the time. It's crazy. But anyway, so Ray, I don't even think Ray knows this story, dude, but everyone in the neighborhood went to go see it. Like Bubba, Joel.
Or the OU 812?
Yeah,
David
Reed.
camp.
Remember Spike?
Yeah.
We had a friend named Spike that had Spike haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Reed. So there was and Christian, Chris Stanley. So it was probably about 10 people from our neighborhood that went to go see Van Halen. And it sucks that Ray was already in the Marines. But anyway, dude, listen, Bubba and my brother's going to kill me for saying this.
He should have.
Don't say it. Don't.
No, trust me, dude, it ain't that bad.
Nah.
Ray might be hearing this for the first time, and Ray used to pummel Bubba. We all kind of
Everybody took turns. beating
Bubba is
ass.
exactly.
Yeah, but I met Bubba. I watched.
He's also our brother. He's like the coolest guy, and he's just crazy as shit. Well, Bubba and my brother snuck in bottle rockets, and our seats were on the right side of the stage, which is where Eddie is always on the right. Most guitarists are on the right, bass players on the left. And in the middle of the show, I wish I remember what song it was because I could put it together on the playlist. Bubba and my brother start lighting bottle rockets. And in Richmond Coliseum, there's fucking bottle rockets just going, whistling and shooting all through into the sky. And I'm not, Ray, I can't believe Ray doesn't know this story because we all grew up together listening to Van Halen. I shit you not, and I have proof on Facebook right now. If you go to my post the day that Eddie died, Bubba lit a bottle rocket. It shot right at Eddie Van Halen while he was playing. It flew right over his shoulder. He stopped playing, looked up at us, and put his hands like a prayer and said, "Please stop doing that." And that really fucking happened. So,
Dude, I
so-
don't know if that's more crazier than
kidding,
that.
man. So when I got home, I haven't been on Facebook lately. I'm kind of tired of Facebook and social media in general. But I had to at least change my background of my Facebook page to Eddie, and of course, everyone was starting to post shit about Eddie. And when I posted the picture of Eddie, one of the guys that was at the show was like, "Hey, wait a minute. Who was it that shot a bottle rocket at Eddie Van Halen?" And then another person commented, and then another person commented.
it's Stephanie Duncan.
Yeah, Stephanie
Yes,
Duncan. And then Bubba was like, "I'm pretty sure that was me."
Yeah.
So literally, I've got like 10 people on Facebook that brought up the. I've probably told 100 people that story, and I don't think one of them believed me that we shot a bottle rocket at Eddie Van Halen. And that's my story, so I'm sticking to it. My mic drop.
Yo, this story time is off the charts tonight, bro.
I know, right?
Fucking, how do I not know that Chris Pinky Kessler's dad was an astronaut? How did I not know that?
Dude, he even has more. He's got more. His grandfather.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's a
dude.
good one.
Literally, okay, Thomas, you and I have talked about doing this podcast years ago and how, man, we can do this radio shit. Me and Pinky got so in.
Pinky
We
and
have several stories that we want to one day make a movie. And Pinky and I actually ordered a software where you make
I ordered.
well, yeah, where you make screenplays for movies. Like it's the software that Hollywood uses to make screenplays for movies. And I have my story that I'm going to tell one day on a podcast, not today. But here's Pinky's grandfather's story.
It's kind of a long
Where do you
one.
begin?
Once upon a time.
We can make a long story short. His grandfather, who looked exactly like him.
Look, narrator, take over. Here we go, Chris
Do it.
narrate.
Do it. Do it.
So I don't even know where to start. So he was a fighter pilot in World War II. He had that crazy looking plane that had like two planes like welded together, kind of. It's called
Yeah.
P-38 Lightning. Google it.
P-38 Lightning. That's awesome.
Google it.
So
Matt, really?
what the fuck's he talking about?
I don't know.
Who cares? So anyways, he Max snapping his
There's a
finger.
spider in the garage, everyone.
I don't like it.
The goddamn filters aren't organized in the dumpster. Fucking.
Let me fix them. Anyways, long story short, he's a fighter pilot, and he's average, no crazy kills or nothing, but he's good friends with the ace pilot at the time, who has like pick a number 38 or some shit confirmed kills.
At the time, he had the most confirmed kills of World War II.
McGuire's the name.
Yeah, McGuire. You can look it
And
up.
they grounded him because they had a parade at the time for the most ace pilot, and it was this other guy. So they put him on the ground because he was like one kill more than him. And so the other guy got to go in the parade. So like, look, you can't go kill nobody because kill no Japs because this guy's in a parade, and it's not fair if you get 3 more kills this weekend while he's in the parade. So he's like, whatever, this is bullshit. So he's all drinking at the bar. He's all pissed off, like this is bullshit. So he says, hey, Doug, you want to go out on a mission? Fuck these guys. And my granddad's like, when the ace pilot asks you to freaking go on a mission with him, you go on a mission. You
Yeah.
don't say no.
And it's almost like a movie where they're sneaking off base to go kill a Jap just to get his number up.
Right. So he's like, fuck it. So him and like 2 other pilots go out and go out just searching, just flying in pattern, just looking for the next, for some Japs to show up, over the ocean. So long story short, they run into trouble. They run into another couple of planes, and they get into a dogfight. It just so happens that they run into the ace Jap pilot. And that guy
you
kind
can't
of
make this shit up.
that guy kind of fucks him up, and He shoots down McGuire. I mean, just shoots his plane down. He's gone. And he shoots at another guy, fucks him up, and shoots at the other guy and fucks him up. And my granddad's behind him trying to shoot him while he's shooting somebody else down. And he gets, sideswiped by some other planes. So his plane gets shot up. And they're so far out that he's at the point of, like, if he doesn't turn around and go back to base, now he's going to run out of fuel and crash in the ocean anyways. And I think the other pilots were the same kind of deal. So they kind of just they all said, fuck it, My granddad's plane's all shot up. He's coming back alone, and now he has to tell the story about how the ace pilot got shot up by some Japs. So, long story short, he gets back on base, and he's like, look, I just got a dogfight. McGuire's down. It's just me. And they pretty much turn his name into the mud because they think he deserted McGuire. And he's like, no, I didn't desert him. I shot the other guy. I didn't shoot him down, but I shot up his plane. But they shot me up too, and I'm allowed to tell the story. So they kind of treated him like dog shit because they think he's a deserter. And I don't know all exactly what happened to him, but for his whole life's mission at that point was to prove that he didn't desert McGuire. And they're right in the history books. Doug Throp abandoned McGuire, and he got shot up. So like, this is bullshit. That's not what happened. But he can't. He's just one guy. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
So picking numbers, many, many, many years later, they figure out who the ace Jap pilot is, and he basically confirms his original story. He's like, hey, cool. I'm the fucking ace Jap pilot. Yeah. I shot this motherfucker down, but I was also and I got shot up by somebody else. And he's like, yeah, that was me. So he was in the works of trying to fix his name, and his old man, 70-year-old man trying to get his name right finally. And there's a whole long story. There's books written about it and everything. So he actually died before he could have the translated, because the guy's straight Japanese and speaking English. So they're going to have a translator in this whole interview deal confirming it. But they end up doing it alone. He ended up still doing it without my granddad. But long story short, it confirmed, that he didn't just bail out on him.
Yeah, and it's like you can take all these names and Wikipedia it. And it tells you the whole story, exactly how it happened. His grandfather is right there in the Wikipedia about it and everything. It's pretty crazy. So after Pinky, this was years ago, Pinky told me this story. Like for his birthday that year, I got him a P38 model to build or something. But we always said that could be a freaking movie, dude.
Yeah, we could write a couple books today. This is
way better than Pearl Harbor with that freaking what's his face.
There's a bunch of movies about that stuff. I see Midway was one that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that was kind of slow, but also pretty good.
Ooh, Tora. You seen Tora? John's seen Tora. That's some good shit right
good
there.
One.
So what else you got, Buck?
I can't. Y'all got me.
Damn, Thomas is speechless.
I just can't believe it. Like, well, I'm not saying I can't believe the stories. I'm saying I can't believe that I never heard him before because it's not like we all just met. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, especially that his dad could have been on the Challenger. Like, I thought might be the first thing he ever told me when I met him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really. Hey, motherfucker, you know who I am?
Well, kind of
I'm a Challenger, baby.
Well, my dad prides his he had the same license plate for the last picking number 30 years, but and he jokes on it. People joke on what it means.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah.
But he tells a story here and there, but he doesn't. He kind of underplays the story. I guess maybe he's told it so many times, but that's why I'm like, I want to watch this with you. Come over to the house and we'll watch it. So
was he aware of the NASA documentary, or did you just totally turn him on to it? He didn't even know about
clue.
it. Yeah.
But he's like, oh yeah. So every 10 minutes I'm pausing it because he's going on this long, elaborate story. So it took 3 times longer to watch it.
Right.
But it was still cool as shit.
Really.
He was giving you the inside story.
Yeah.
He's
like, oh yeah.
Wait, I tell you about it.
Shouldn't have did it because of the O-rings. And when I first heard the story, I'm like, oh, it was a bad O-ring. I'm like, why didn't they change the O-ring? And it was like, well, are they too lazy to change the O-ring? It has nothing to do with changing they had a brand new O-ring in there, but it was just the design.
Temperature.
The design
temperature.
And the temperature is why, they.
Yeah. Well, he's been telling the story of his dad being the 12th astronaut. we still didn't know that it was for that mission.
Yeah, I didn't
either.
even either until
That was
until
kind of one of those
Harrison
things
brought
we
up the
kind of threw
documentary.
around. We're like, oh yeah, maybe in the 60s or something when they, they were going up every couple of months.
Frankie just came through the kitchen and heard him talking, and she said, "I already watched it. I watched the whole thing on Netflix."
Yeah,
I said, I bet you don't know what the fuck I know about it. Now I get to go tell her. I hope I don't fuck it up. But basically, your dad could have been on there.
Yeah,
no
basically.
shit. And you were able to watch the documentary 20, 30
With him.
later with him telling you what was fucked up. Y'all got to
Goosebumps.
Yeah, we got to hear the finishing.
It's like a one and a half episodes left.
Oh, yeah.
And my data ran out. I gotta talk to Beth about getting an iPad or
More,
another hotspot
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, figure out something. Well, Thomas, I sent you one last video. If you play that for a second, that was what I was gonna. That's what I was I was disappointed that little Thomas, that I let him down last week, because I really wanted little Thomas to ask us what we thought about Van Halen, and maybe we could turn him, because little Thomas plays a guitar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and he sings, man. He sings, plays a guitar. He did like a show at his school. What?
He plays keyboard too. He just plays shit, but I could be like, I could show him a beat on this. It's weird. I can show him a beat on the radio and give him like 30 seconds. He starts playing on the piano. I'm like, what the fuck? I could never do that, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
see, certain kids are just
Yeah.
like that.
yeah.
But he was in like a summer school thing a few years ago where it was like band camp, like
Right.
rock band camp
Right.
in Mechanicsville, and I borrowed him the blue Strat that I have for like the summer, and he really got into that. And then just like what was it, like last year,
Oh, cool.
he did he sang "Creep" by Radiohead. I'm a creep.
Yes.
He did it in front of the whole fucking school up on stage. And I
As a-
gave him my
concert.
Martin guitar to play it, and he freaking nailed it, dude.
Oh wow.
I mean,
you
he
got that on
played-
video, Thomas?
Yeah,
I do. I'll try to find it. I think it's on.
Pull it up.
Howie texted me and asked me if the podcast was over. I tried to get him live on the air, but he didn't answer. He knows. Shout out to our number one fan.
and we can't get Stuart. Kenyon comes on. Kenyon's been on
I
a few
heard.
times.
Yeah.
We might do a cooking one because Kenyon's a good cook. John's a good cook. Shoot, Ray smokes
Ray Smokehouse, baby. I know.
shit.
God
man.
I don't know. I just like fires. I like fires, drink beer, and burn meat.
And check the temperature.
Yeah.
You're always checking the temperature
Yeah.
like every fucking.
I go away for a minute. I call, hey, what's the temperature?
So what video are you bringing up here?
Just keep talking.
Oh man. Well, anyway,
There
the
we go.
video that I did send you, I don't think John might be the only one I've told. But of course, I went home last Tuesday and I was all sad, and I knew that just in the last year they had put out a Frankenstein signature Eddie Van Halen guitar that are handmade one at a time in Fender's factory in Mexico to keep the price down, because a few years ago they came out with it's all scratched up and it was $25,000 for the guitar. Like
I don't
John
have
Mayer has one.
I don't
And-
have a video for you.
So no one could afford that crazy guitar. So Fender got with Eddie Van Halen and started a Frankie model that just came out in 2020. And so I've literally been watching videos of guys who have ordered this, that they ordered it when Eddie was still alive, and then they're receiving it in the mail and they're doing open box videos, crying, pulling the guitar out because freaking he died while they were making the guitar. So it takes a couple months to get it. You order it, takes a couple months, they send it to you. So there's some videos on YouTube of these guys opening their brand new Eddie Van Halen guitar that they ordered when he was alive, and then they received it after he passed. So last Tuesday, I put in my order.
What?
Oh, you getting one?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're making it right now. I've already met in November 7th, I make the first payment. I had to take out a credit card. That doesn't even know.
Oh, she does now.
Nah, she still doesn't know.
Turn it down. But
it means turn it down a little bit. It means to turn it down all the way.
it's totally. It was anyway. Yeah. So there's all these videos. It just came out 2020. There's all these videos of these guys open. So when it does arrive, I want to do a podcast, and we can do it here in the garage maybe, and we'll do an open box, and we'll see Eddie Van Halen's Frankenstein guitar.
All right, I want to know your craziest Van Halen concert story.
Craziest bit. That was it. the fucking bottle rocket.
The bottle.
How you gonna top that?
Yeah, how you gonna top that? I mean, that was. I know. I've told my story. Why don't we point it to John? Who John saw them for the Diver Down tour in freaking Roanoke with David Lee Roth.
I don't remember any stories. I remember going. I went to when they first put the first album out. Went to that concert, and
so that you were seeing at Van Halen for the first album, and the first song on the first album is Eruption. So you were seeing that live when he just fucking recorded it like 6 months prior, probably.
yeah, pretty much.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Prior, I don't even know her.
Didn't you and Chris Fritz go to the 1984 concert?
No, not the 84. We went to Hampton for it was Sammy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was OU. No, was it OU 81?
Because I swear I thought that you and Chris Fritz, you used to have a concert T-shirt that was with Dave.
We took Holly Verhagen. Remember her? She ended up leaving with another guy, but anyhow.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Not really, because we turned during like halfway through the concert. Chris and I were like, we got to the front stage. We got front center stage. But just before that, we turned around and looked, and we saw parts of Holly we'd never seen before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then obviously we never saw her after that. But
because David Lee Roth would get everyone to, or maybe they would
Sammy.
get you to raise your shirt up. Yeah.
Well, she was on she was actually on a Marine's shoulders. This was high school. When was this?
It had to be. He joined the band in '86, so
yeah.
It was definitely. When did you go to the Marines?
88.
Okay. Yeah.
We took the gold caravan down to Hampton.
That's crazy. Yeah. See, Ray and I are like 3 or 4 years difference. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so I wasn't. We hung out all the time, but he was still kind of older than I was. We were still kids, and he was, driving and shit. Actually, Ray's first car was a Volkswagen Beetle. My dad sold it. Yeah. That's where we both learned how to drive a stick in a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
With permanent heat in the back fucking seats.
Yes. Couldn't turn it off. Could not turn it off.
I think it was exhaust or something.
I think Chris Fritz had broken ribs during that concert.
His first car was an IROC Z, a red IROC Z with T-tops.
Thanks, Daddy.
Yeah. What year?
86 or 87.
86,
Remember the red one with the IROC down the side, and he would scare the shit out of us in that fucking car.
It was badass.
Would it do a burnout?
But sorry, we definitely
had
saw
the big old 305 in it.
We definitely saw Little Thomas on stage. We just couldn't hear him.
Yeah, well, I saw some. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
For some reason, we don't hear the videos.
That's why I put it out.
I don't video of Little Thomas up on stage. That was my acoustic that he borrowed.
I'm working on both. I'm sending that video to myself with the guitar you just sent me. But if we can't hear it, then we can't hear it. But
you were hearing it on your side though.
Yeah.
Coming
out of my speaker.
I got it. I'll show Ray. But it was pretty cool, and so
that's the one you ordered. The
one
you sent me.
You have a picture of the video of it. Yeah, because I don't see it yet. We don't see it. Yeah, dude, that freaking shreds. He sounds exactly like Eddie.
Really?
And he's giving a review on the new guitar.
Nice.
But I guess we won't be able to hear it either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The fans at home will be able to.
I don't know. No, I don't know if they can either. I just know it's coming out of my speakers. I'm trying to turn a Bluetooth device on so I can hook up a Bluetooth speaker, put it next to the mic. And I don't know what happened to Chris, but he's offline. Pinky.
Yeah, my laptop battery died.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Like I said, when that some people have waited like 4 or 5 months, so I might have it half paid off by the time it gets here.
That is
Really, see, what will be cool is if we come back here and do it with Ray and everything in his garage, and maybe we can have little Thomas on and try to get the younger generation interested in shit like that. Because if he starts rabbit holding that shit on YouTube, he'll be freaking, in 5 years, he'll be knowing all kinds of fucking guitar tricks.
we might already be sleeping on him because he might already know. I didn't really get to see him yet today, so he's in his bedroom right now. He has a date.
Ooh,
Tonight?
a date? Him and his girlfriend broke up?
No, that's who's in there with him.
Oh, sorry.
The new girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what a date sounds like to me.
No.
All right, man. Well, you
Cool.
got anything else, brother?
Nope.
We've gone an hour and a half about, right?
75 minutes. Yep.
Nice. Who the 49ers got this weekend?
Fucking, we get to get our ass whooped by the Rams on Sunday Night Football for the world to see.
No, I mean, you might be able to pull something together. The
Not
Rams,
with that defense we just played.
yeah.
All we have beaten is the Jets and the Giants. Let's relax.
Oh, man. Yeah, but y'all were in the fucking Super Bowl last year.
I know. We talking about last year. We talking about this year.
Yeah. You know.
Next year.
2020 be
Last
crazy for everything.
season. Yeah. Crazier things have happened. Might have a redhead taking the Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
Red Rocket, baby.
Yeah. I didn't know he brought his crack pipe with him.
The Red Rocket, boy. That's crazy. No, I don't have anything else.
All right, brother. Well,
I was supposed to come on. Somebody was supposed to come on and try to convince me that LeBron James is the GOAT. But
yeah. Well,
Who's she?
I haven't. My godson. Hey, Ray. So
It's the one guy that plays in the NBA.
Oh, I thought it was.
The rest
I
of
thought it
them.
was the tennis player. Oh, that's Venus.
It's like there's LeBron and then everybody else, and no one really, that's all you hear about is LeBron.
Mm.
they even call them LeBron sexuals. Like there's an actual scientific gender for them. LeBron sexuals.
Hey, they're changing the dictionary every day, I hear.
Changing the what? The dictionary. I like it.
All right, brother.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah,
Nope.
man. There you go. Little
Yeah, end this shit with the hardest shit. I had this video up. It looks banging, but you wouldn't have been able to hear it. It's called The Craziest Van Halen Solo.
That's that crazy.
Let's do this.
This is good. This is good. This sounds good. Unless you got show Thomas some Little Guitars intro. Yeah, this shit right here. All you have to do is show Little Thomas. He has acoustic guitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, show Little Thomas this and tell him to learn this. There you go. Look at that shit. That's his freaking guitar solo, 30 minutes. Oh, another crazy story that I read in Sammy Hagar's book is that they would have tents underneath the stage, and the tents would be filled with naked women. And during the 30-minute guitar solo, everyone else in the band would go underneath the stage and this is Sammy in his book telling the story.
What?
They just walk into the tent and just have a sex fest for fucking 30 minutes while Eddie's up on stage by himself playing the guitar. And Sammy knew the exact point where he had like 2 minutes to get back on stage.
Damn.
And another fucking crazy story in Sammy Hagar's book, he tells the story that he had to stop partying like that because the first tour with Van Halen, he was a little like too crazy with the women.
Right.
So he, in Richmond, Virginia, at the Richmond, Virginia Coliseum for OU812 tour,
Yeah.
his friends set him up with a blind date after the concert. And that's his wife to this day.
Whoa.
In 1986 in Richmond,
Well, he
Virginia.
had a good time during the concert. before he met his wife.
I don't know if it was that concert
Oh, I'm sure it was.
with the tent.
I'm sure it was.
Really. That was his last concert.
Damn.
I know. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stories. Great music. And rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen, our guitar hero, is left the building.
Yep.
Later, Thomas.
So who's next?
Who's next?
Who's number 2 now? That's still alive.
It's gotten so crazy. Buckethead is a crazy guitarist. Steve Vai was the guitarist that went with David Lee Roth once David Lee Roth
when
left
he did his
Van
solo.
Halen.
When he did his solo.
Because that was our first concert was David Lee Roth.
Who cares? Got him. I could barely ever get Chris Harrison or really Chris Kessler, but that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. Hey, shout out to everybody in the studio. Ray Clark, Mac Baker, John Groover, Chris Pinky Kessler, Chris Harrison. Thanks for coming on. Love you boys. Great times. Great times. Love y'all. Who Cares Podcast, 8 o'clock next week. Be there, bitch.